we're back with Minisode 21, and this time we're talking about the London Resort.
We are.
So what do you know of the London Resort, Zoe? What do you know?
I know that it's not a thing yet.
Sure.
I know it's near London.
Yeah.
And it's basically a proposed theme park that's going to be like Disney or Universal, but in London.
Yeah.
Which is mad.
Pretty much. So, the London Resort is, so it's at a proposed theme park in Kent, near the centre of London-ish. It was announced on the 8th of October 2012. And at the time, they wanted to get it open in 2019.
Good one.
It's now 2020 and zero groundwork has begun. Anyway, it was originally the London Paramount Entertainment Resort.
What?
It was going to be called London Paramount.
Right.
But Paramount got bored and they pulled out the project.
Cool.
And we're like, oh, this is yours now. Don't want to deal with this. So then after that, it became the London Resort, or London Resort. And they tried to get new partners on. So obviously, when it was Paramount, it was going to be Paramount-based films and stuff like that.
What does Paramount do?
Films.
Yeah, but which films? I
don't know.
I feel like we all know them, but you just don't really know that it's Paramount.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Whoa.
Transformers. Shutter Island. Shrek. Rango.
Oh, Shrek would have been
Kung Fu
good.
Panda.
Oh, okay.
But
these are all
Madagascar.
DreamWorks as well, so do they work with DreamWorks?
Oh, maybe. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. SpongeBob,
Okay, so they have some
the
solid
movie.
ones.
Yeah, exactly. Solid
so we
ones.
could have had
SpongeBob.
like Kung Fu Panda Land and then like Shrek Land.
I don't know. There you go. Anyway,
Fuming.
So
but they're gone now.
So yeah, no, Paramount, they left, and it became London Resort. And that was in 2017. Not much happened after that. I think over the past few years, it's just been moseying along, and every so often they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do something soon."
Yeah.
You know.
But okay, so when Paramount left, who else is investing in this?
At the time, no one. But things have changed.
So is it like some guy had an idea?
No. It doesn't work
so
like that.
So who's running it if Paramount's left?
Paramount was never like the money. They were just saying
the IPs.
Yes, exactly. There's a big difference.
But that is the money, isn't it?
No.
Okay,
you
so
pay
where's
for an
the
IP.
Money coming from?
I don't know. Some people in Saudi Arabia, probably.
Okay, so yeah, investors.
Yeah, of course investors.
That's what I mean.
Where else would it be coming from?
That's what I mean. Who's running it? Investors.
Some investors somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
So yeah, London Resort. That's it. It's not built.
So now there's a plan though. This came out not long ago.
There is a plan. I mean, ever since like 2019, I think they got like a new operating director who had done other things such as Disneyland Paris and the O2 Arena and stuff like that. So he's worked on entertainment projects before, and now he's leading this project. And since then, it seems to have kind of shifted quite a bit. So last year, Paramount got on board again. So now they're back.
Oh, what?
So Paramount are back.
So we can get a Shrek Land.
You could. So a few other brands are on board as well that I am unsure of. BBC, ITV, Paramount Pictures, Aardman Animations, which are the guys who do Wallace and Gromit, were on board but then pulled out.
Okay.
But yeah, no, BBC, definitely, ITV.
So this is where, so a couple of the lands that are proposed have come out, right?
This is very true.
And one of them is like Doctor Who, isn't it?
So there's several themed lands. Let me get up the picture because it's easier to deal with it. So yeah, the themed lands are High Street, which is like an indoor shopping arena. Starport, which, will be some sort of sci-fi area. Looks to have a roller coaster in it.
Is that where Doctor Who will be based?
No idea. Probably. There's the Jungle. There's the Isles.
What does that mean?
Sure. We don't know. There's the Kingdom.
Right. Disney.
The Woods. No, not that kind of kingdom. The Woods.
What's the kingdom then?
Don't know.
What other kind of kingdom could it be?
Don't know. Not like the Disney one. And the Woods and the Studio. That's Disney for you. The Studio. So there's a nice mix of different things there. So the Isles seems to be more of like a a UK kind of vibe, you know?
So it literally means an island.
Yeah. The kingdom, don't know. The
So
woods.
is it kings and queens? Is that what we're talking about?
I don't know.
So is this all the information we have right now? There's no like, we're gonna do a Shrek land.
No, there's
so it's just names of like places.
yeah, there's just names of things. They said they want number one in innovation. You know, they're not here to copy anyone else. They want to be relevant.
Well, they already copied Disney.
We need to no. Disney copied everyone else. It's fine.
But they're putting in a studios area.
So it's not like, sorry, Disney copied Universal doing that. So
yeah, but okay, no, but stop. Even if they copied Universal, they're still copying other people.
So?
They just said they don't want to do that.
yeah, doesn't but everyone does that.
I don't care if they copy. I'm just saying, why are you saying you're innovative when you're
because
not?
I think they mean that they want to do different rides, right?
Right. Wow.
They would need to be relevant. We need to consider the customers of today will not that the customers of today will not be the customers of 2024. That's when they want to get it open.
Right.
And flexibility. We need to make it a park that can evolve and adapt easily.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the most ambitious theme park projects in Europe. And they want to have a second gate park within 5 years after the first one opening. So this would be like a whole separate new park.
Right.
As an expansion.
Okay. Do they actually have... Okay, so let's talk about the actual feasibility. Do they have the land sorted out?
Yes, kind of.
Do they have the land?
Most of it.
Is it theirs?
Most of it.
Okay, so they have a chunk of it.
70% of the attractions will be undercover.
Oh, well, that's good.
That is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's the explanation of the lands. Grand Plaza, the high street for the shops, restaurant, hotels, convention centre, a first-class water park.
Cool.
Make their journey to the studios, a gritty modern-day warehouse district that practically roars with the exhilarating thrills of big blockbuster features.
What?
Sure, it's just the classic crap. Just to the north lies the woods, an enchanted realm where springtime reigns eternal and the boundary between reality and fantasy dissolves. I'm thinking like Robin Hood vibe. From the woods, the journey continues through the ages into the kingdom, an immersive realm, swords, sorcery, dragons, and legend. This is England as a dark and ancient land. So, like King Arthur, the one with the sword and the stone. To the north lays the island, a land of giant creatures, mythical beasts, adventures, and crossroads. There you go. Have to train your dragon land coming. I don't even know. That's not the right thing. Fantastic, jaw-dropping architecture will combine magnificent rides, 21st technology. And then there's the jungle, ancient ruins of the mysterious, long-lost Mesoamerican civilization. And the final land is futuristic experiences, aliens encounters, and big thrill rides. Starport is a bustling 23rd century landing zone. So you go. I kind of like those. They're very different, except the studios.
They?
Yeah. What do you mean, are they? Name me a park that has those in. Name me a park that has a Robin Hood area.
How is it Robin Hood then?
Well, it's like...
What was the title
It's
again?
like fairy tales, basically. It's called
Efteling?
It's called The Woods. Yeah, but that's boring fairy tales.
What?
Next, The Kingdom.
What are you talking about? Boring fairy tales? Towers has those like accommodation pods that are like enchanted forest.
So, no rides there.
Yeah, but why are you acting like this is so brand
No, because
new?
to be fair, because it is in the terms of large scale parks. You know, Disney have their Adventureland, Fantasyland,
Exactly, it's the same
blah,
as that.
blah, 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 crappy land that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, but they're literally the same.
No, they're not the same. I think these are just a bit more. Hopefully they play. It does sound like they want to play more to the UK, right? And the fact that it's British.
Yeah.
And that could be a very good idea, I think, to play that card and be like, well, this is, you know, I'd say Robin Hood for that area because it could work, right? Like
Yeah. No,
that
that's
vibe.
fine. But okay. The thing that's annoying me is why have they come out with these areas when they're going to use IPs?
Because they could put the IPs into the areas.
That's what I'm struggling.
Disney
to get,
do that
though.
all the time. They don't call Tower of Terror Land, you know.
No.
Well, they didn't.
But
back in
like
the day.
with Indiana Jones ride.
Yeah, it's not in Indy. That's not an. The Indiana Jones ride isn't in an Indiana Jones area.
Stop shouting. You're arguing with me.
But it's not. Tron isn't in the Tron area. It's in a general area.
What's the park that they got released where it said literally like Doctor Who Land or whatever land.
No, nothing has ever said that.
No, not for this park. A different park.
I don't know. Oh, you're talking about the Epic Universal's Epic Universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's got like How to Train Your Dragon Land.
Yeah. That's what I thought it would be like.
Super Mario Land.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Because then the whole land's like the IP.
But that's boring.
But that's what
No, okay. So
I thought it was going to be.
Most of the time, these parks go two ways. The main park is like a generic, more general, less IP. And the second park is, here's an IP, here's an IP, here's an IP, here's an IP. Right?
Yeah.
Which is what Universal's building with their Universal's Epic Universe. All IPs.
Right.
And Disney do it with their Hollywood
studios. So you think they're
studios.
just going to do the second park IPs?
Yeah. I think they'll put some IPs into the main one, but then have a second one specifically for like really IP driven areas.
I don't know.
Because once it opens, they might be able to partner with better people as well. It obviously doesn't seem like they wanted to go too IP heavy to begin with these kind of landings.
That's what I mean. I don't.
Which is good.
Basically, I'm saying I don't think they should have any IPs in that park.
I think
it would just ruin it.
I think they'll put a few in, just like Disney does, scattered around
But
into different
I really
areas.
don't get it.
Yeah,
how
but
you
just
could
like
make it
Indiana
be
Jones.
Yeah, but how could you make it a good one?
What do you mean a good one? I don't know. They'll figure it out. They've got people on this. You know? People are thinking about it. Just for some more stats, 17 minutes from central London, set over 535 acres.
So 17 minutes away, but surely
It's on the
have they
train.
built a new train or they're using an existing
I
train?
don't know.
Because that's gonna mess the train lines up, won't it?
Wow.
If it's a train like going to Kent, good luck to people who live in Kent who want to get the train.
Well, yeah, this is all part of there's much more to...
The planning.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's loads of planning. I think what they want is to get, here we go, public consultation in spring of 2020 with an application in summer of 2020.
So they are applying this year to start building.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the big question is, what's the odds that it's going to get approved?
I think it will get approved with caveats, but I think it'll get approved.
Okay.
Because it'd be stupid for, the government or London or whoever to be like, no, we're not building this multi-billion pound new thing.
Investment in our capital.
Exactly. It's stupid.
So the government wouldn't fund any of it.
No, probably not.
So they just have to have the rights to build that kind of thing on that land.
The caveats would be, you can build this as long as it doesn't screw over all the public infrastructure like roads and rail and stuff like
Which
that.
it would.
Which it will, but that's why the caveat will be, you have to do something about it. Mm-hmm. That's usually how it goes.
But also, if they're saying in their little paragraphs that they want to make it for the 2024 customer, how is this in any way like going to be environmentally okay?
What do you mean?
Isn't it just going to create more stuff that's bad for the environment?
Well, everything does. Every leisure activity does.
Yeah.
There's no ways around it. I imagine they've got some sort of investment in green tech going with someone. I did see.
It would be cool if they made it like, because they're making it from scratch now, in a time where we know that the world is going to die.
What you mean?
They should make it like as environmentally friendly as they possibly could. Do you know what I mean? And they could offer like reduced train tickets, so you just use the train to get there. All their food places could be like waste free.
Signs renewables deal with EDF Energy.
They have.
Deliver renewable energy for next generation global destination entertainment resort opening in 2024.
So they're all going to be on renewable
All
energy.
the energy needed by the park will be generated on site with low carbon and renewable technologies such as solar panels.
Okay.
Solutions would include EV charging points, battery storage, as London Resort pursues net zero emissions goal.
Thank you. Okay,
There you
cool.
go.
So they are working on it.
Yep. We're looking forward to working with the London Resort to create a bespoke, low carbon energy solution for one of the UK's most exciting projects. There you go.
Interesting. How much do you reckon it would cost for a day ticket?
I don't know, but the whole park's cost like $3 billion or something.
So there's going to be Disney prices.
Oh, it's going to be Disney prices for sure.
Brilliant.
Well, why wouldn't it be?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's what we can expect.
So like £100.
Well, you can get it to Disneyland Paris for cheaper than that.
Can you?
On certain days. Yeah.
On certain days, though.
Yeah, and it'll be the same, right? Some days it'll be like 50 quid or whatever. Some days it'll be a hefty price tag. Is what it is. I mean, if it's any good, then it'll be worth paying for. So
yeah,
can't get much worse than Disneyland Paris right now.
Okay, so let's assume they actually build it.
Yeah.
What coasters do you want to see in that park?
Good ones.
What does that mean?
I don't want it to be a Disney where they build, like, they need to be somewhere in between Universal and Disney. So what Universal do is they'll build some really heavily themed roller coasters, and they'll build some roller coasters. Disney always build heavily themed roller coasters
That are rubbish.
Yeah, they're not the best roller coasters. I want them to build some heavily themed roller coasters and some well-themed big roller coasters.
Okay.
You know, so I want the mix of both family rides that Disney has and the thrill that Universal has.
Yeah.
Because it'd be a shame if there wasn't any thrill coasters, and I think it would be a park that suits that.
Yeah.
So I think they'll need to build some.
Well, with Thorpe so close by.
That's what I mean. I don't think they'll get away with just building
family
ones. They'll need to go a bit bigger. A tall one.
a
massive coaster would be so good, but
could they get planning for that?
Probably.
Is there like lots of residential around it?
Yeah, it's on an industrial site at the moment, but there is residential around it. Yeah, so that's something to consider. The Thames is the other side.
Okay.
So, but it could be done. Who knows? I don't know if they've got any height restrictions. We'll find out. Hopefully, after the planning stages comes in, or they get to the planning stage, they'll have to start submitting some actual hard plans.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll start to see what their ideas of how the resort's going to look in the future will be.
Mm-hmm.
So, as long as everything goes well this year, then I think we're in for a real treat. And it'll be good if it gets built, obviously, because the UK isn't very... there's not a lot of competition in the UK theme park markets in terms of most of the big ones. So obviously Merlin, and then you've got a few smaller ones. But if this came
Merlin's just dominating.
Yeah, if this came in, it would really change up the scene. So Merlin would either have to invest or get out.
Yeah. Imagine if it ruined Merlin.
Well, it wouldn't ruin them, but it could ruin some of their
parks
for sure.
Yeah. Banter.
So.
Okay, let's read some opinions about it. A lot of people are quite skeptical about whether it will be even built in the first place. A lot of people saying it's interesting and it looks good. Will says fingers crossed, but will most likely become a housing estate.
Everyone's skeptical about it because it's been going on for so long.
Yeah.
They've been talking about it properly since 2014, so it is understandable that people don't think it's going to happen.
Kian Jones says it looks cool. I wonder if it'll have a statue of the Queen.
Can you imagine?
It might,
Well,
a couple of people saying they think it will open but then close because it won't make enough profit.
Don't know. That's an interesting one. I don't think so. I think whoever would be running it would probably try and keep it open until it turns a profit. I think there's definitely potential for it to turn a profit with where it is, with London being such a big place.
Yeah.
I don't see why it would fail. I mean, it's in a better position than Disneyland Paris is because one, there's no French people here, and then two,
yeah,
and then two, it's actually in the middle of London. 17 minutes away. Yeah. On the train. I don't know how far. Which is
even better than Disneyland Paris.
That's what I mean.
Right?
I don't know if it's that close. It may be, but
maybe I don't know what the train situation is, but maybe they're going to build some kind of fast train. Because I swear Kent's quite far out of London. I don't know though. Who knows?
It is relatively.
Yeah. Someone says I don't think it's going to be as good as the concept art says.
No theme park or theme park attraction is as good as the concept art.
Yeah.
So that's why it's very
art.
true.
Nathan says will hopefully be a good catalyst for Thorpe Park to up their game to compete. Obviously a different audience, but the two theme parks being fairly near each other competing will do them both good.
Thorpe Park will compete or close, one or the other.
Yeah, one more likely than the other. Joel says, whilst it seems like it might never happen, I feel like it'd be really good for the UK industry.
Oh, yeah.
Creating some competition for the Merlin parks in the south might drive those places to innovate and improve to keep up.
We'd also get a whole new genre of like rides being built,
Yeah.
essentially, which would be very cool.
I feel like a lot of dark rides as well.
Exactly, yeah, definitely.
Andrew says, a park with similar vibes to Universal or Disney would be fairly novel in the UK. I can imagine plenty of dark rides and heavily themed experiences aimed at the family market. It's unclear if there'll be much to attract serious thrill seekers.
This is it. That's why I kind of hope it's in between the two, where there are reasons for serious thrill seekers to go.
And I think that's one of the main reasons why everyone's so skeptical, because they're kind of like, yeah, it could happen, but really, why do we care if it's going to happen? Because they think there's not going to be that much stuff.
I literally think that people just don't think it's going to happen. If it opens, then it'll be, even if it opens in a poor state as it is, at least it's there.
Yeah.
And it can improve. You know, it's better than not being there.
True.
One more place to get a new big ride.
Yeah, eventually.
Exactly.